10K. It's another fantastic occasion. It's another gathering of students who are coming together to do more for kids that they'll never meet, to make a huge difference in those children's lives.
There is a culture in Belarus of putting children in institutions, big institutions with big high walls. And there's no need. Our own reading on it is there's no need for that. We've learned in Ireland, we've learned in all the EU countries, that there's no need to lock up kids with Down syndrome. Okay? If you look around your own communities, maybe even your own families or extended families, you will know that a child who's got a mild mentally handicapped or a mild physical handicap can live in the community. One of the things we're going to do is deinstitutionalise as many children as we can. And we're going to start that in a big way next year. Basically what we're trying to do with the posters this year is make it light, make the campaign fun, give a sense that, the 10K walk itself is not too serious. What we do is not too serious in raising funds. What we do in Belarus is serious.
At the moment, it's Monday morning. We're on our way out to Belarus. There's a crew going from all over Ireland. We're just on our way out to departures here from the airport in Dublin.
14 years.
The mission is a familiarisation trip for the student representatives from all the different colleges all over Ireland. And basically, we're going to see the reality of life out in Belarus for the children and adults in the orphanages, and hopefully we can portray that to our students back at home and get as many as possible out, filling sponsorship cards and doing the walk. That's what it's all about, having fun.
Everyone's kind of excited, ready to go, looking forward to kind of getting there and settling in, getting rid of our gear and being able to relax and unwind, and then start off the week.
I love children. I love to see children happy. I have two sons of my own, and I really worship the ground that they walk on. And I've come through sort of a strange system growing up myself, and I can empathise with children all the time when they're going through hard times and if they're suffering. And I don't like to see that. And if there's something I can do to enhance their lives and make it better, I'm quite happy to do that, 100%.
Зная вот этих молодых, красивых людей, я знаю, что вы приехали с открытыми сердцами, и добро пожаловать к нам в любое учреждение, которое вы захотите посетить, любой категории людей, с которыми вы хотите пообщаться, я вам это все предоставлю. Но я хочу, чтобы вы с открытыми глазами посмотрели на нас, прекраснейший город, который мы безумно любим, в который мы вкладываем очень много сил, чтобы он стал еще красивее, чтобы он мог сегодня соперничать с любым городом Европы. Я была в Ирландии и сама видела, когда на экране телевизора, когда проходил какой-то там сбор средств, какими средствами пользуются люди, чтобы собрать какие-то средства для своих социальных программ, когда на экране телевизоров показывается детский дом-интернат в Новинках, окружен колючей проволокой, вокруг которого стоят танки. И это не 100 лет назад, не 60 лет назад, это сегодняшний день. Я, конечно, была очень возмущена, поскольку вы сами были, вы сами видели, что ничего подобного там нет.
We're here in one of the biggest orphanages in Minsk, and it houses 204 children with all sorts of disabilities, and a lot of about I think 60 or 64 of the children are bedridden. It's pretty modern. They all have classrooms. They're all educated, and if they're not, they're stimulated by toys.
And it's a place that the 10K walk is focused on a lot. I think it's very special to the 10K project. And this is one of the places that they decided they wanted to make the biggest difference, which is a lot to do with this solarium we're standing in at the moment.
Just when you go in now and you get the first smile, and just it's great, like just even to get any reaction out of the child, like if they put their hand out and you put your hand in their hand, it's just a great feeling.
Because it's sort of an intense thing, you put this effort into making a connection with them, and as soon as it's made, you have to break it again, and like that's it. And it's a very, very strange feeling.
Okay, we're off.
But I think that there's 30,000 orphans, so that's a huge amount spread all over Belarus, basically. And it is very sad, and I'm sure that if you start at the bottom and hopefully within, this can be done in short term, like it's not a long term thing, it can be changed within the next few decades, basically. But we're hoping that it's a case of us helping them to help themselves, basically changing the whole psychological need really to change their culture basically into thinking, well, these kids do exist and we all have to help them and help out, and just to help deinstitutionalise them and bring them back to their families, and hope that their families will want them. And basically they do, obviously. I mean, the Belarusians love their children, it's just they just can't basically look after them because of the care they need. But if they just had extra support, like...
Смогла ли я вам ответить? Но это, в общем-то, вот главное, что сегодня надо повернуть общество к этим проблемам людей. Я считаю, что это главное, потому что все остальное, финансы, материальная сторона, все это решаемо даже у нас. Может быть, не сразу, может быть, со временем, но все это мы преодолеем. Нам главное поменять психологию людей. Ведь 90 лет нам внушали, что этого нет в обществе, что мы все здоровы.
Unfortunately, that's one of the problems, is they like to portray this perfect society, and if you scratch the surface a little, you see so much. At the minute, a kid goes straight into an orphanage because the family can't afford to keep it because of its disability, or indeed maybe just they can't afford to keep it anyway. But what this offers is it offers them the opportunity to have their kids looked after during the day. Something very simple that's taken for granted probably all over the world, but they get to leave their kids in for the day, and they can come and collect them in the afternoon. The kids get to live a normal life.
We can change the attitude to handicapped children in our country. Look, they are now part of the society, and people around can see every morning and every day these children who go for a walk, who play here, and they can realize that they need help, and we can change. We change the mind of these people around this kindergarten, but with the help of you, we can change the mind of the whole society.
The society at the minute doesn't even recognise that they have a problem with handicapped children, because the children go into orphanages as soon pretty much as they're born, and they more or less end up there for life.
And this kindergarten is received the same money as another kindergarten for normal children, but these children need more. They need more attention. They need more teachers. They need more. They even need transport to get to this place.
The main project we want, and it's something so simple, is a bus, because the problem is parents don't have the time or money to be leaving their kids into a kindergarten in the morning. So if we provided a bus, and also with the bus we would have to provide the means of supporting the bus with transport, with a driver.
but it's not in the plans of our government. It was not in the plans of our government. When they will change this, we don't know.
So the Chernobyl accident happened, do you happen to know when? So how many years has it been since? 18 years. So one might expect very huge results in the rehabilitation of these territories, but it never happened.
The core program started last year. It's a CORE, it's Cooperation for Rehabilitation. The idea being to coordinate all aid efforts in especially the south of Belarus, in the contaminated areas, the radiation contaminated areas. Coordinate what people are doing there, because as it is, so many groups come to Belarus, do little bits and pieces, and there's a lot of duplication there. There's a lot of, also an awful lot of people coming in and prescribing aid, of deciding to bring all this stuff without checking if it's there or not. Excuse me, and also because Chernobyl happened in '86, I think that since then it's not on the news anymore. You don't see or hear much about Chernobyl, so the aid is starting to dry up a little bit.
Very many projects that in this area, in Chernobyl affected areas, but most of them never succeeded or had very few results, were not very effective. And people here in the Chernobyl committee, because they are concerned with that, and also the international community, took pains to find out what were the reasons for the failures mostly.
So the Students 10K signed up to that declaration last October, and it was a real honour for us to do so. We were the first NGO to sign up, and we're the only Irish NGO to be a part of it. It is the way we want to go. It is towards sustainable development.
Well, this morning we left Minsk, where we stayed for 2 nights, and at the minute we're on our road to Gomel, where we'll be staying for 3 nights, I think, and going out to see a couple of other orphanages within Gomel. Because we're split into 2 teams, Nikita and Pasha, I sort of made a point to go and find Nikita. He was a young child, about 8. He was blind. It was unbelievable that a child who that their whole world is within a cot, and if you actually you go up and you spend a bit of time with them, they do realise that you're there, and they respond to touch, and it was amazing. There was times that you did actually have a tear in your eye, and it's a happy tear as well as a sad tear as well, but it was amazing. So Nikita was the child for me. I thought he was amazing.
We just arrived here in Gomel, the Gomel region, and we're staying here in camp till Sunday. This will be